All right, Montgomery, Alabama. How is everybody doing? All right. Let's get you guys fired up real quick. How many Alabama fans do we have out there? All right, that was pretty good. I went to Alabama, so roll tide to all you fans out there. But Montgomery's known to be an Auburn town. How many Auburn fans do we have out there? I think the Alabama fans might have won that one. Since I went to Alabama, I'm going to give the Alabama fans one more chance. Again, Alabama fans, tell me, how are you? How is it out there? All right, I like that. Any AUM fans? A few out there. All right, here's what we got going on. My name's Hank Weldon. I'm the manager of the Carhartt Bassmaster College Series. And at select elite events, we have what we call an exhibition. And at this one, this is the Alabama State Championship. We've got schools from all over the state, all the way from Calhoun College up in North Alabama. We've got Alabama here. We've got AUM. There's several. Troy's here. They're from all over the place. We've got 9 boats who are about to weigh in for the state championship, for the state title. The way this is going to work, whoever takes the lead, they're going to step right over here to the right. And they will stay there until they are eclipsed by another team. We fished Lake Jordan today. That's up in above Wetumpka, Alabama. I'm sure you guys all saw the dam, Lake Jordan Dam, where all of our anglers, our elite pros were running to. Well, our college guys were above that. 5 fish limit, and we will walk away with a champion momentarily. The one school who is not competing in this is Auburn. But because that happened, they had some scheduling conflicts. I wanted to make sure that we were able to get somebody, a team member from Auburn. And if any of you fans out there who have followed the college series this year, you know that the overall champion from 2012 who competed in the Bassmaster Classic was from Auburn, and his name is Matt Lee. He's going to MC this tournament for you. So again, Auburn, here's your second chance. Let's hear from Matt Lee as we get him out here.
I hear you. We're going to bring out Papa? We're going to bring out Dad in a minute? Oh, okay. Got it back. Awesome. We're getting ready to get this thing started. Sadly enough, Auburn couldn't bring a team to compete today. And I don't know what that is. Lack of school spirit right there, but sorry to let down the Auburn fans out there. But we got some awesome anglers out there. We got Auburn Montgomery anglers. We're going to let them show out for us today. We got a couple of guys that I know the lake really well. We'll see if they caught him. One fished by himself. He caught him pretty good. But we're going to get started with a roll tide angler first thing. All right. First up from the University of Alabama, my good buddy Tyler Stevens and Leland Johnson. Tyler can catch him now, I'm telling you, even though he's the enemy. Good chance he's going to take the hot seat right here. Looking for 1 ounce. 7-11. It's not a bad day. Awesome. Come over here and talk to me. Kind of drown me out over here, you big boy. So tell me, you had all spotted bass right there. Did you try to catch largemouth at all, or are you just strictly going to catch spots today? Or?
We went after spots today. We caught a few largemouth in practice, nothing special. We caught like today, we put up on one point and caught about 25 spots in about 10 minutes. We couldn't catch them anywhere else, so we sat there and waited out all day.
Awesome. So Leland, tell me, what do you think the weight's going to take today to win this?
I'm guessing about anywhere between 13 and 15 pounds to win this.
You think those AUM teams back there might beat you out today?
Most likely.
Not a lot of confidence, but y'all can come take the hot seat. Y'all can share that if you'd like. All right, you can stand in front of it. Sit with each other. Doesn't matter. No Alabama fans roll like that. All right. We'll bring up our next anglers. These anglers are Wesley Miner and Caleb Wilson from the UAB Blazers. They need a 7 pounds, 12 ounces to take the lead from these Alabama boys. Can they do it? 5'10", not quite going to be enough. Let's see what these fish look like. Y'all are still in there. How you feeling? You getting nervous?
It ain't going to last long. I heard another Alabama team's got a pretty good bag back there, too.
Oh, all right. Well, if Alabama goes 1-2, then I guess y'all will be all right. There's a couple spotted bass. Tell me, y'all caught spots too. Did you ever try to fish for largemouth, or you stayed with spotted bass the whole day? Or?
No, we caught our limit, and we tried looking for that big bite, and we, did everything we thought we could do, but just never got around to that big bite.
I know there's a lot of current probably still out there. Is it muddied up really bad on that main river?
Yeah, there was a lot of mud in some of the areas that we had pre-fished, and then we had to go up and find some clearer water.
I got you. Well, that's a good showing. At least y'all caught some fish today. Appreciate y'all coming out. Need that 7-13, 7-12. Let me get that right. Coming up next by himself. Is that correct, Hank? We have Cody Kennedy. Come on out, Cody. Fishing solo. We got 2 solo anglers in the field today, I think. And he looks like he might oust these boys right here. 7-12. 8-10, new leader. Beats y'all out by himself. Come on now. Hold a couple of those up. Thank y'all for coming. Awesome guys right there. Even though I fish for Auburn, we got a lot of buddies fish for Alabama. Hold them up. Look at those. By himself today. That's what I'm talking about. Is both of those spotted bass? They were? Okay. How'd you catch those today? Tell us a little bit.
It was a spinnerbait up at the dam, just like pros have been doing all week. I just ran up there and in practice yesterday I really wore them out, but today it muddied up a little bit and they opened some more floodgates, so it kind of messed me up.
You're up at Mitchell Dam. Is it really rolling up there pretty good?
Oh yeah, today it was. Yesterday it wasn't too bad, but today got up there and actually broke my trolling motor, so I had to get out of there real fast.
Jeez, that's not the way you want to end the day. But hey, good start right here. Take the hot seat right here. We'll see what the next anglers have. Two anglers are Bart Brimhall and Kevin Green. Come on out. Troy Trojans. Need 8-11 to take the lead. Let's see if they've got it. Looks like they do. 11-13, another leader. Hold some of those up. Yet to see anybody really catch the largemouth today. It's the same story here on the river. They got a couple good spots though. Alive and well too. I'll get up there together. Those are some good ones. I hear you. New leaders. Come talk to me real quick. So you had spotted bass too. You had 3 really good ones. Did you go up near the dam to catch those fish, or did you stay down the lake?
No, we went upriver earlier, but it was so muddy and it was growing too much current, too much wind. So we came back down lake and got on some main lake points near the main river channel, and that's what we focused on. Just
awesome. What'd you catch those fish on?
Finesse worms, shaky head, slider.
Shaky head never fails. All right, y'all can take the hot seat right there. We'll see how long he gets to stand. We need 11-14 to take the lead now. Next up, we have Jason Meherd and Caleb Wozniak. Meherd? I say that for me. Meherd, I got it right. Need 11-14 to take over the lead. They might have it. Y'all have it? New leader, 12-10. Wow. He's bigger and bigger. I thought y'all stick around for a while. Thank y'all. Thank you for fishing, man. Some more spotted dogs. I guess the Alabama River isn't the only place that's got them. Hold on, let's get up there to get a big bass weight on that. Big bass weight on that one, 3.5. This other one might even be bigger. We'll see. Looking to beat 3.5 for a big bass. Nope. 3.2. All right. 3.5 it stands. Wow. Leaderboard keeps shaking up. More spotted bass. Y'all had, a few fish in there that I know some of these guys today would like to have, even with the fishing being as good as it is. Did y'all catch your fish up near the dam or down the lower end of the lake?
We just caught them back in the pocket on a secondary point in the grass.
I hear you. In the grass. You don't really hear that about spotted bass off the grass. Okay. What were the main baits you were using for that?
Muddy water with crankbaits, man.
I hear you. That was the ticket.
That's it.
We'll see how long it holds out for y'all. Come over here and take the hot seat. It's a good place to be. What we need now to take the new leader. 12-11. We'll see if this next team has got it. I said team. Hold out. This is a special friend of mine. I know he yells Roll Tide, even though he fishes for Auburn Montgomery. We'll see if he's got 12-11. Come on out, Corey. Corey Pierce. He's got some good ones. Fishing by himself. He knows the lake pretty good. He needs 12-11. Hold still. 8 pounds, 13 ounces. Hold a couple of those up. I know he told me backstage he had a couple little ones he couldn't get rid of. It probably would have helped if he had a partner. But I know he caught some good ones today. There they are. I'm going to ask you something different, Corey, because you know the river pretty well. How awesome is it fishing right now? And tell us, about how these guys are catching this week. I know some people have seen the footage, but you really know, when they make runs up there to the Jordan Dam, you know how bad it is.
Yeah, it's kind of scary when that current gets rolling. I'm a shallow water fisherman, so when that current gets rolling, that river gets high. I mean, they're up there dragging jigs and throwing swim baits and stuff up in that swift current, and I'm talking about they're up there just whacking 20 pounds, and it gets kind of scary.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we see from the video, it's been really bad. What did you catch those big ones on today that you caught?
Today I caught them on swim bait. I was just throwing in some swift current, but today I like to take a chance to say Happy Mother's Day to my mom, who's sitting right there in the front. Without her, I wouldn't be here right now, and I'd like to thank the good Lord Jesus Christ for allowing me to do what I do and allowing me for blessing me this opportunity. And all my sponsors represented, he's my biggest one.
Thank you, Corey, man. Better thank my mom, too. I don't think she's watching, but in case she is, Happy Mother's Day, Mom. All right. Next angler needs 12-11 to take the lead. These two guys are Ben Stewart and Matt Lipscomb. Come on out, Ben and Matt. UAB, these are our last anglers, if I'm not correct. So these guys right here are going to take the win if they don't have... okay. They were in the back of the line to start out. That's why I was a little confused right there. My bad. 12-11. 11-9. Not quite going to do it, but still a nice bag of fish. More spotted bass. I don't even know if anybody's going to weigh in a largemouth today. Do I have a largemouth? Do I have a largemouth? Oh, you got one. I hear you. Needs 3.6 to take the lead, I believe, on the big fish. 2.12, not quite going to do it. I ask y'all something a little bit different. There's a lot of high school guys came for the high school experience today. Tell us a little bit about the UAB team. I know that y'all have been around fishing tournaments with, since I've been in school, and I've been in school too long. So, tell us a little bit about the club, and for these high school guys, tell them, I try to tell them all the time that it doesn't matter what size school you go to. There's a lot of different size schools in Alabama that have teams. Tell us a little bit about yours and how you got involved.
All right, well, basically our team is just a club that just most of the teams in America are. You just get involved by going to the school. We got a Facebook page, a Twitter page. You can see us on campus, come to the registrations and everything. We take anybody that wants to do it. We want to get as many people involved. It's a sport that we want to grow and turn into a Division I sport. So just get involved. A lot of us actually help with these high school teams. I got a few people here from the high school that I've helped out. So I'm glad to see them here, and we're looking forward to getting them involved with us.
Yeah, awesome. We're always looking for more anglers. Just like high school fishing has blown up, college fishing, we're chasing it the same way. Tell us what you caught those fish on today.
Well, caught a couple on shaky head and most of them on a crankbait, but just didn't have the big bites today.
I hear you, man. Well, thank y'all for coming out, man. Good job. All right, since I messed that up last time, let's see, there's two people left, okay? I don't know how to read the screen yet. I'm new at this, so, okay. Two teams yet. These next guys are also from Auburn Montgomery. We're going to get drowned out here. But come on out, Austin Brown and Daniel Green. I know they fish Lake Jordan a lot. They look like they have a nice sack of fish. They need 12-11 to bump these guys from the hot seat. Let's see if they got it. Y'all got it, 12-11? No. He says no. He's not very confident. We'll see. 12-11 to take the lead. Yeah, I know. It's so big. 10-5. 2 pounds short. I was hoping these Auburn Montgomery guys were going to knock it out today since we couldn't provide a team. We got some largemouth. Put him into shock a little bit, wake him up. Spots are mean now. Almost took his thumb off. Come talk to me, Austin. I know you fished Lake Jordan a lot right now. What did you really try to do today, and how'd you catch those fish?
Actually, we did a lot of different things. We went spot fishing early and head fishing later, and that's what panned out in practice. But I guess that high pressure killed fish bite. We wasn't catching anything today. It was a struggle to get those 5, really.
I got you. Do you get to fish a lot, Daniel, on Lake Jordan? And what do you see, like, the winning team, what were they doing today? Were they keying on, that current down the lower end up at the dam? What do you think?
Man, I'm not real sure. We stayed in one particular place most of the day, so we didn't see a ton of boats. We're real shallow, so, didn't see what everybody was really doing. We just stuck to one thing and kind of stuck with it all day, so.
I hear you. Well, I know y'all are heck of an anglers. Appreciate y'all coming out. It's a good sack of fish. All right, the last. All right. The last 2 anglers for today, or these guys win if they can't knock them out. Bring them on out, John Davis, Charlie Hurst. They're going to have 12-11 to knock them out and give a big roll tide. How about the Alabama fans want to see them knock it out right here? They got a good sack of fish. 12-11 to win it. $13-1. As bad as I hate to say it, roll tide. They're going to knock it out. And he keys the fight song. I believe we got a new big fish, too. Even though they already got the win, might as well take big fish 4-11. Come over here, we'll talk about how y'all did it, and then we'll hand out some hardware after that, correct? But, I noticed it seemed like everybody had spotted bass, what a lot of the guys on the river here have been doing, and y'all had 2 big largemouth. Obviously that paid dividends for y'all today. How'd you catch those fish?
We caught them on a swim jig and flipping grass in about 2 feet of water.
So you caught them really shallow. So you probably went up shallower than a lot of anglers did today. Do you think that's how you caught them?
Yeah, I think so. We struggled to catch in quality spots, and so we moved shallow and got lucky with a couple of good bites.
And it paid off. And so you caught them on a swim jig. Did you catch both of those fish today, or did you let him catch them both?
No, he caught the 3, and I think I caught the 5 at the end of the day, about 45 minutes ago. That really helped us out.
I hear you, man. Y'all, good job. As bad as I hate to say it, roll tide. Y'all smoked them. You earned it. Hold up that hardware. Congratulations. I hear y'all. All right. Well, appreciate you listening to me rumble. We're going to let the big boys weigh in here soon. Y'all stick around. I'll be around this afternoon. And I'm going to leave the mic to old Hank here.
I'm just going to say bye to, how about that Alabama? Big victory for you. Let's hear it. Roll Tide one time. All right. You can check out all the results on Bassmaster.com, and any information you want to know about the Carhartt Bassmaster College Series, just go to Bassmaster.com/college. We've got our next tournament series in Fort Madison, Iowa, coming up at the end of this month, where we will be sending one more angler to the Classic next year here in Alabama at Lake Guntersville. I'm Hank Weldon. We'll see you guys in Iowa.
In my world, it's got a growl.
In my world, it's got a purr.
It's about raw horsepower.
It's about refined horsepower.
It's about sipping the gas.
And catching more bass.
Give me the two-stroke direct injected Pro XS.
I'll take the supercharged Pro 4-stroke.
Either way,
you can't go wrong. So tell me,
what kind of pro are you?
Go to mercurymarine.com and take the online quiz to find the right pro for you.
The 2012 Tundra. With an available 381 horsepower, 5.7-liter V8 engine that can tow over 10,000 pounds. And oversized disc brakes. It's the truck that's as dependable as the people who drive them.
Thanks. Nice truck. Nice boat.
Trying to win an elite event is challenging enough. Throw in rapids and falling water, and you've got your hands full.
There is no room for error there. You mess up there and you're liable to rip the whole bottom of your boat off, take your motor off. I mean, it's not sandbars and logs, it's rocks.
Well, this is ugly right here. I said, that's going to leave a mark.
It was the scariest thing I ever did, just getting back.
The reward here, a chance to go head-to-head with one of the worthiest fishing foes.
Spotted bass in the Alabama River are some of the meanest, most aggressive fish I've ever caught.
Love it.
Oh, yeah. They are awesome fish. They're just a ball of mean as fire. I mean, I set the hook on one and it's just...
These fish here, forget it. When they hit, I mean, there's no question you got a bite.
Told you.
There we go. Oh, gosh, look at that one.
That's how you win a tournament there.
There's a big lead today. I would be shocked if the lead tomorrow at the end of the day is as big as the lead today.
You're watching Hooked Up on Bassmaster.com, presented by Toyota.
Oh boy, wild water and huge spotted bass. What more you want? We have got it for you today on our Hooked Up show at the Alabama River Charge, presented by Starbright. What a place this is, and it has been different than we have ever seen it before. This is our updated leaderboard. This is all unofficial, coming to you from Bass Track, but our leader to start today, Brent Chapman, we have him holding on at this point in time. Edwin Evers, who was right behind him, still pretty close behind. We got an Alton Jones crawling up the leaderboard. Steve Kennedy hanging in there as well. John Murray and Tommy Biffle. How about this shot? This is the image that will remain for a long time. That's the Jordan Dam in the background. Jared Miller deciding to leave and heading down pretty quickly down the rapids there. And, well, this is what you call crunch time. Happens right there. That is a rough landing right there. Tommy Sanders and Mark Zona with you here. That's the image we love to see again and again.
Well, and Tommy, that was really the theme of the week. When the bottom dropped out of this river, we lost about 5 to 7 feet of water. Things changed in a big way. That was David Walker earlier this morning. Unbelievable footage coming up.
This Alabama River has been nothing like what we expected. Man, here was the firing shot early on in this tournament. Day number 1, Kelly Jordan, our Carhartt big bass of the tournament. 6 pounds and 4 ounces, and they would be catching big ones all week long. What a tournament this has been. David Walker in 6th place to start this final day. A tremendous effort from him, 22 pounds on the 3rd day of fishing to put himself right into the top 6.
Oh, and look at this guy right here, Tommy Sanders. Yeah. Bobby Lane from Florida sitting in 5th place with a bonus largemouth yesterday. Tournament dominated by spots. Bonus largemouth yesterday with 51 pounds even.
Yeah, big bass Bobby Lane, Alton Jones. You always watch out for the angler from Texas. He's been creeping up that leaderboard, improving his lot each and every day. And Alton Jones out there obviously getting it done today.
Tommy Sanders, Steve Kennedy with a monster stringer on day number 3. Had over 23 pounds. monster weight, sitting with 55 pounds even.
Always dangerous, always up there with the leaders, it seems. Edwin Evers of Oklahoma. So much history on this body of water, but he'd like to lock down a win right here today. Edwin Evers, don't count him out.
Tommy Sanders, this was the man of the week so far, almost kicking out a 4-pound average of spotted bass here on the Alabama River. That is your leader after 3 days of action, 59 pounds and 4 ounces.
Oh, guys, what a tournament we have had here, Samson Zone. And look who we have to help us break it down, tell us what's going on out there on this final day. Chris Zaldain in his second year, and what a great year you are having, young man. And let's also hear from the fans here. Let's
Happy
hear from
Mother's
Chris
Day
Zaldain.
to everybody here. Chris Zaldain, bring it
Ann
up a little
Montgomery,
bit.
yeah.
There we go. Everybody handing out free product here. Chris, real quick.
Good show.
We have been here a few times. We've been in here in some unbelievable conditions when there's no water movement going through here. Number one, before we get into fishing, have you ever seen conditions like we got to see this week on this river?
I have not. The only thing similar I've seen in my career has been salmon fishing in Northern California. I mean, you got fast water, you got dam tail races, and you got guys pushing the envelope to run far north and get away from the crowd and catch those big spots.
If you can, describe how this water level change, the fluctuation that we had, really changed the event every single day.
Absolutely. With all the rains we had in the past week or so, there's been a lot of water in the system. Well, the first 3 days of practice, we had a lot of water moving up. The water was in the trees, 15 feet back in those trees. As the tournament progressed, they brought the water flow down. They cut it down to about a half. We dropped the water level about 7 feet out here this week.
All right, we have got some phenomenal video to show you from today out there on the Alabama River. How about our leader going into this fourth and final day? Brent Chapman, only a pound and change ahead of Edwin Evers, but he starts smashing them early.
There we go. Gosh, Lee. Oh. Get in here. Yeah.
That is the kind of bite you like to get. Not as big as I thought, but it's a 3-pounder.
Now, we've already been to a spotted bass lake earlier this year. You look at lakes like Lanier, you look at Beaver, lakes where you grew up in California, though. Spotted bass on the Alabama River, looking at Brent Chapman, this is a way different monster than anything we're used to.
They are. You take those Lake Lanier spotted bass and you put them on a 5-mile-per-hour current river system, and those fish are used to fighting that current. So when that fish bites their lures, they just go crazy. They get right in that current, and they're just strong fish. They are beasts.
Brent Chapman trying to hold on to that lead. This is today.
Oh, it's a good one, too. Yeah.
How about that for a surprise catch? 60-pound braid with a 25-pound leader. That's how you like to catch them. Another 3-pounder. No giants yet, but
Hey, let's have one more fish catch now from Brent Chapman, our leader, to start this fourth and final day. Look at this. That looks like fun.
And there was an array of techniques all week. We see fish being caught on jigs, spinnerbaits. That was not the only player. Really anything you wanted to throw up there.
You get in those little backwater current, those little eddy areas like that. You can see Brent's boat there. It's not moving very much because he's in a slack current area. Jigs were a real player. Spinnerbaits, but look out, that swim bait might come into play.
All right, from Brent Chapman, our leader to start this day, he had a slim lead, too, a pound and change ahead of this man, Edwin Evers, who came close to winning Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year here before on the Alabama River. He has endured some great triumphs and great successes right here on this water. He'd love to get it done today.
And Edwin Evers was probably the most feared angler of our 12 anglers today. We got to interview a lot of the guys, and they said, this is going to be the guy to beat for the simple factor he could get to the area he was fishing without hazard, very close to where you spent the entire tournament.
Sure, we're up there in this little canal, it's almost a tail race area. It's a straight shoot canal, and I actually saw him up there using his side imaging, and he was idling around looking for those little breaks and current little underwater points down to about 20 feet of water, underwater trees, and you can see him here. He's just getting behind those current breaks, throwing a jig, throwing a crankbait, and catching big ones.
Was this a tournament that if you were on the key stretch, you were going to make the top 50 cut?
I don't think so. The conditions change so much. These guys have to adapt. They may move from the north side of the canal to the south side. They have to constantly change to find those big ones.
When you say constantly change,
fish at length, guys.
we made the comment that these spotted bass here actually act a little bit more like largemouth than a notorious spotted bass you guys chase.
Absolutely. Well, the spotted bass in general, they move around a lot. These fish are like largemouth in the fact that they want to be up against the bank. They want to be in those tight little eddy areas behind logs, much like you would find a largemouth bass.
All right, Edwin Evers out there. They started a little bit more slowly for Edwin Evers, who had a fantastic third day with 22.5 pounds to put himself so close to Brent Chapman.
Oh, yeah. Seen him come get it at the boat. Wow.
And I've watched you throughout all of these fish catches. Even when we're up in the production trailer, you've been cringing on every single hook set.
I have. I've been cringing more of all the obstacles the anglers are going through to get to these fish, but every fish seems like it's 3.5, 4.5 pounder.
Looking at that area right there, we talked about the importance of the current throughout the entire week. What is different visually looking at where Edwin is right there from the first day of this event?
First day of the event, they were trying to get rid of all that water. They were releasing all that water out of that dam. There was probably a 5 or 6 mile per hour current up there. That spot he was just fishing today, maybe a 2 mile an hour current. The fish will spread out a little bit more, but Edwin is the best at figuring those fish out as they're moving.
All right, guys, well, we have had a load of great fish catches, heart-stopping moments so far. Guess what? We got plenty more of them as we take a look at these anglers. Steve Kennedy with a full view of the travails of David Walker out there in that current, fighting it, trying to get the thing done here on this final day of the Alabama Charge. We'll have it for you when we come back.
In the box! Woohoo! Kevin, are you sure this is okay? We're cool. I know a guy. Hey, y'all. Run. Go. Run. Where'd they go? I was just going to ask them what they were biting on.
Go where the pros go for great deals on great gear and 3 easy ways to shop. Bass Pro Shops. Your adventure starts here.
Are you sure this is okay? Don't worry. I know a guy.
StarTron is a multifunctional fuel additive that uses enzyme technology. StarTron cures and prevents ethanol fuel problem. Engines powered by StarTron treated fuel start easily and run smoothly with fewer emissions and better fuel economy. StarTron restores octane to old substandard fuel. StarTron's enzyme formula enhances combustion for more complete fuel burn. StarTron. It's not the engine, it's the fuel.
Hold it right there. The Minn Kota talent locks you onto a fishing spot with unmatched speed and stealth. And when Mother Nature tries to knock you off your mark, hit back with the strongest hold on the water. Talon, stand your ground.
The 2012 Tundra. With an available 381 horsepower, 5.7 liter V8 engine that can tow over 10,000 pounds and oversized disc brakes. It's the truck that's as dependable as the people who drive them.
Thanks. Nice truck. Nice boat.
You're watching Hooked Up on Bassmaster.com, presented by Toyota.
Hey, how about we get after it with some more Hooked Up show? We can't stop watching this one. Let's take a look at the second-year man from Oklahoma, Jared Miller. You might say his problem was too much water. His problem was not enough water to lift him over that rock right there, crunching his boat right there. This is our updated leaderboard, courtesy of Bass Track. Some big moves. The final hours of fishing on this final day. Alton Jones, downriver, the other end of our fishery from that dam right there, moving up the leaderboard, 70.5 pounds unofficially. Edwin Evers hang tough behind our leader to start the day, Brent Chapman, Tommy Sanders, Mark Zona, and Chris Zaldane. You guys breaking it down. What are you seeing out there that is hugely different from the first 3 days? Because it's changed every day.
The main thing is really there was some giant. Who here in the crowd? Who was here yesterday at yesterday's weigh-in? Got a couple of you folks were here yesterday. There were some giant stringers weighed in yesterday afternoon. I mean, some of the biggest stringers spotted bass we've ever seen covering the Bassmaster. Today's stringers, at least up till about 1 or 2 o'clock, a lot lighter. What do you feel has transpired to give us lower weights today?
Well, let's break it down to the first couple days. The first 2 days of competition, the water was high, the water was flowing, the fish were in the backs of the trees, they were spread out all throughout the system. On day 3, when we saw those big weights, the water dropped maybe 3 feet of water. Those eddies and those current breaks were more apparent to the anglers. They could see them and pick them out. They would just sit in one spot, and you could make cast after cast and catch 4 and 5 pound spotted bass. Today, the water dropped another 2 feet or so. The water flow is a lot lower than it has, and what that does is it spreads the fish out a little more, makes it a little harder to pinpoint exactly where they're sitting.
We just got a little bit of info right here, Tommy Sanders. I understand, Chris, am I fair to say? Do you have a girlfriend?
Yeah, she's
what?
somewhere in
Exactly. He was looking for in the Evan Williams area just now. I love that.
She's been a marshal always. She's been doing her job as well. Let's get out on the water, guys. Take a look at David Walker. He made it into the top 6 on account of a 20.5-pound bag he busted on day number 3. And David Walker with a very solid game plan, but the elements conspire against him, as we will see here in a little bit.
And a lot of these guys fishing the same stretches every day, but every day learning new structure.
Sure. I mean, again, with the water level dropping as it is, you know, we see David Walker here getting stuck on one of those trees. First day of the tournament, I'm sure he fished that same area, and that tree was only about 2 feet tall.
That's what makes it good. I think it's fun because it kind of, I mean, you know where he's going to be. I'm fishing right there. I didn't catch one, but there's a fish there. There's no doubt. Told you. Good one, too. Told you there was a fish there. All right, hang on. This is ugly right here. You get out in that current like that, and it just takes you, like you seen in that video yesterday. And then when you hit the, I mean, you don't have any control. None.
Well, again, that is David Walker, Tennessee, trying to hang and keep his place and gain a little traction on the leaders on this final day. There's a lot of work to be done out there besides just the fishing. It's been fun to watch, frankly.
And a lot of these guys were running all the way up to the Jordan Dam, but today we heard a lot of anglers saying they were very concerned how far they could get. A lot of anglers not getting that far past Wetumpka early this morning. And the best way we could put it, we're going to see some footage in a little bit. About halfway through the day, some anglers decided, you know what, let's give it a run and let's try to get up there. As you say, though, if you can get through some of those gaps, through some of those chutes, pot of gold was waiting for you.
Absolutely. And the first day, I know numerous guys tried it. One guy knocked his lower unit off. As that water level falls like that, it does become dangerous, but I mean, it could be very, very rewarding up there.
All right. Steve Kinney is one of those guys who was dealing with the current, had a little bit of trouble, found himself trying to inspect his boat for damage on day number 3. And while he was there, really caught a big sack of them. Today, he's dealing with the current as well as he watches David Walker in action here. He's watching that show for a while.
It's pretty entertaining. He was trying to get through that little chute and come down here and just keep coming down. But holy cow. I said, that's going to leave a mark. Glad it's not me. Yeah. That sucks, though. It really does. I was just going to be here if they had to get out of the boat. There he goes. He's free.
Now, the only thing that I noticed right there, as much as Steve Kennedy said that sucked, he wouldn't run up there to help him real quick. I noticed that.
No, well, it's quick to point out. It's glad it's not him.
Just wanted to point that out.
I can sympathize with him right there. Why do you want to get into something like this? Steve Kennedy, though, 23 pounds, 3 ounces on day number 3, and he gets into another flurry on this morning.
Absolutely, and you alluded to it earlier. A swim bait was a major player up there all week long.
You know, nothing special. It's just he's throwing a paddle to swim bait there with just a regular, probably a half ounce or 3/4 ounce jig head.
Ready? Come in the boat. Get out there wide and come this way. And I can't do it. He's bigger than I think he is. Bigger than I thought he was. He choked it too. Wow. That's another 3 pound. Close to 3 pound class fish. Love it. Let's do it again.
No substitute for that.
With all the water that we had running through here, looking at Kennedy right here, this was not dirty water by any means.
No, you know, on day 1 that was not even an option, and it looks like he kind of figured them out here on day 4. Not dirty water at all. The water's still moving. It's pushing all that mud out. Current breaks were the key, and it looks like he found one here.
Steve Kennedy, who grew up further east here in Alabama, it's been pointed out before. He's a guy who takes his vacations, his family vacations, into places like this, fishing and tail races and so forth like that. So much experience, it's got to count for a lot when you're into a week like this one.
Is that a money shot there? I'm more of that junk. Oh, come on. Breathe, Steve, breathe. Can't get him in close enough. Come around. In the box! Woohoo! And the hook falls out. I'll take luck any day. That's another 3 1/4, 3 1/2. I don't know. 3-6.
Well, guys, we've been here 3 out of the last 4 years, and of all of those times, it was slow, it was hot, and most of all, it was flat. If you are praying for current, this tournament has been about answered prayers for sure.
Really, I was in Skeet's boat earlier this morning, right out of here. Skeet Reese looked at us, and he's been in almost every single postseason on the Alabama River. He said, you know, we heard the water was moving good this week, and we had idea that the fishing here was going to be pretty decent. He said, I had no idea the population of spotted bass that live, I was going to say smallmouth, caught me right there. He said, I had no idea the size of the population and really the average size per fish.
All right, well, let's take a look one more time at our leaderboard to start this final day. Of course, we had Brent Chapman, our leader, a slim lead over Edwin Evers, Kennedy right there, Alton Jones, Bobby Lane, David Walker. Chris Zaldane, thank you so much. Just a great job and a pleasure to have you with us. We have got it on the way. The weigh-in is coming up when we decide our winner.
The Yamaha VMAX SHO. First it changed the game. Now it's set the standard. But don't take our word for it.
The whole shot was everything they said it was going to be.
And we accelerated from like 50 miles an hour to 70, and it was like that.
So fast, so quiet. I mean, you give it power, and it's just there.
That thing right there is just bad.
The whole shot on it is second to none. Oh, yeah, it's for real.
Take a demo ride and feel the power yourself. You'll know why we call it the Game Changer.
StarTron is a multifunctional fuel additive that uses enzyme technology. StarTron cures and prevents ethanol fuel problems. Engines powered by StarTron treated fuel start easily and run smoothly with fewer emissions and better fuel economy. StarTron restores octane to old substandard fuel. StarTron's enzyme formula enhances combustion for a more complete fuel burn. StarTron, it's not the engine, It's the fuel.
I promise to be ready. Anytime. I promise to love the sport just as much as you do. I promise to always be flexible. I promise to pull my weight, and then some. I am Trilene, and I promise to never give up. Built with innovation, fueled by passion. Berkeley Trilene, America's most trusted fishing line.
The 2012 Tundra. With an available 381 horsepower, 5.7-liter V8 engine that can tow over 10,000 pounds. And oversized disc brakes. It's the truck that's as dependable as the people who drive them.
Thanks. Nice truck. Nice boat.
The Bassmaster Elite Series, Alabama Charge, presented by Starbright, is brought to you by Toyota, Bass Pro Shops, Berkeley, Evan Williams Bourbon, Humminbird, Brighton Boats, Mercury, Minn Kota, Nitro, Skeeter Boats, and by Yamaha. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Dave Mercer!
Here we go once again, Championship Sunday on the Bassmaster Elite Series, and here at the home of the Bass Angler Sportsman Society. We are sure happy to be here in Montgomery, Alabama. Let me hear it, everybody. Who's excited to have the Elite Series here again? That is exactly what I thought. What a tournament we have had. Tommy Sanders, Mark Zona, and Chris Zaldane broke down the action. As you have seen, this has been an up and down battle. Anglers having to deal with so much more than just catching fish. I mean, it's tough enough to be a professional angler and catch fish, but these guys having to deal with fluctuating water levels, getting to areas. I mean, some tournaments we hear people talk about running out of water. And generally, when they say they've run out of water, they just mean there's no fish left in their spot. They have literally run out of water. Some of our anglers, no water left in the spots where they were catching them earlier this week, but this is going to be exciting. This is the 5th stop of the Bassmaster Elite Series. After this, we're heading north to Wisconsin for our next event, La Crosse, Wisconsin. And a lot on the line here. If you look at our leaderboard, so many people shooting it out. In lead for our Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year is Edwin Evers, and he is in the mix here. Right behind him, Skeet Reese, last week's champion. Here's an interesting little fact. Skeet Reese won last weekend. He started last weekend in 7th position. This morning, he left the dock in 7th position. So can Skeet Reese get back-to-back Elite Series wins on a river that really has cost him Angler of the Year several times? There is a lot on the line. This is going to be an exciting event, as it always is here on Championship Sunday, and we are very proud to be here back in the birthplace of the Bass Angler Sportsman Society. We were joined by Mr. Ray Scott here yesterday, and he is not here today, but I'm sure he's watching online. Send him a little love. Let's tell him how excited you are. He asked you to do it yesterday, and I'm going to ask you to do it. This is the birthplace of the Bass Angler Sportsman Society, so it only makes sense that you guys are the loudest, craziest fans we have all year, right? And not everybody here, I'm going to do something that nobody's expecting to see here, but not everybody here is from Montgomery. We have some people, and right there in the crowd. Look, 1, 2, 3 rows. Stand up. Look at this couple. All the way from Ohio. They traveled all the way here. And here's what makes it special. They are here at this event to celebrate their 30th wedding anniversary. And here's what makes it even more special. It wasn't his plan. She planned it. How cool is that? Thank you very much for coming out here. That is what makes these events so special. The crazy fishing fans that come out, and we love each and every one of you. So thank you for coming out here. But we're going to get this event started in just a few minutes. And we are going to start this event like we start all Bassmaster events, and that's with the national anthem. We're very happy to have Alabama's very own Donica Knight.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets dragged the line, the bombs bursting in gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the and the home of the brave?
We're just about ready to bring our anglers through here, and here is how it's going to work. Our anglers are going to roll through here, and this right here, the most coveted seat in professional bass fishing, that is the Toyota hot seat. We're going to load that seat when somebody takes the lead. And at the very end of this, once we get through 11 anglers, we will bring up our leader who led going into this event, our reigning and defending Bassmaster Angler of the Year, and that is the Chap Attack himself, Brent Chapman. He will be the last angler to bring in, and we will have him join our hot seat leader. The goal is to stay there as long as you can. And we saw in the past, sometimes people would say, you know, really, we're weighing in these other guys, and nobody really has a shot from coming from behind. Just a few events ago, Jason Christie started off in 11th place. He sat in that chair. He sat in that chair for the entire weigh-in, and everybody expected him to leave. He wouldn't leave. He never left. He won that event. So anybody has a shot to win this event. It is going to be a very, very exciting weigh-in. I'm excited to get this started, and I'm excited to see this crazy Alabama crowd go nuts as we bring in our 12 anglers. But speaking about nuts from Alabama, I am about to bring up one of the biggest nuts from Alabama. He is so proud of this state. He represents you all across the country. I don't believe I've ever had a weigh-in with him. In 3 years we've worked together where he hasn't mentioned Alabama, and he is going to do it again. And you guys know him and love him. He is our tournament director. Let's welcome Mr. Trip Weldon. Trip, I know you are excited and proud of this great state of Alabama, and this event has been an incredible event. And everybody, you know, Mark Zone and Tommy Sanders were talking about the water and how it affected the fish. But the water affected a lot more than just the fish. Tell me what happened this week.
It did. First of all, let me say on behalf of Bass, happy Mother's Day to all the moms and grandmothers out there. Wish you the best. But yes, it did. The water, we got down here, Eric Lopez and I, Wednesday morning, and it's up over the sidewalk, and we got with Denise Welch, and we had to scramble. Mayor Strange made a call to Mayor Gillespie up in Prattville, so we changed our takeoff up to Cooter's Pond. So I certainly want to thank the city of Prattville, Mayor Gillespie, Prattville PD, their leisure services for accommodating us and real quick in our needs, and they would just roll out the red carpet. A lot of people to thank here. I mentioned Denise, Riverfront Facilities here, Mayor Strange, Montgomery PD. What it did, we had planned to weigh in the first 2 days at the amphitheater and tie these 100 boats up here. So now we go to Recruiter's Pond. We've got to park 100 trucks and 100 trailers right down here around this block. And it worked like clockwork. I didn't sleep much worrying about it, but kudos to MPD and all the Bass staff. Did a great job. We got all these fish, the live fish, back out here in the Alabama River to be caught again. So it's been a great week. Karen Stewart coordinated all of our volunteer efforts. She's done a super job, as she has done with us the 3 times we came here for the postseason event. So talking about that, you know, we were here. It was August. How hot was it? About 400 degrees at least. You know, back then a 12, 14-pound sack was a good sack. So when the schedule comes out, I hear some moans from these anglers, man. You know, golly, that's tough fishing and all that. And I knew that coming here in May that it was going to be much, much better. We hit the perfect storm. They had a ton of rain up towards Talladega last weekend. You saw that at the racetrack. Campers half submerged, tents half submerged. Those people didn't care. They were having fun anyhow. But all that water had to come through here. Logan Martin was flooded, so we hit the perfect storm on the water. And these spotted bass, I mean, where else can you go in the country and catch a 3 to 4 pound average of spots? And I'm most proud of this waterway. We had guys going towards Selma, locked through. I appreciate the Army Corps of Engineers, their cooperation. Guys going up to Wetumpka, above, you know, up to Jordan Dam, up to Tallapoosa, and everywhere in between. The fishing's been phenomenal, and I've been telling anglers all spring, the local tournaments, I fish a lot of them here, it's been taking 22 to 24 pounds to win almost every single one, and they've all been spots. This fishery has really shown itself, and these anglers have told me one after another they want to come back.
So many anglers have crossed this stage and said they could not believe and anglers who have fished here for years and years, unbelievable what we have uncovered this week, but we got 12 of them left. We started with 100, cut it to 50, and 12 of them left. We're going to crown a champion here in a few minutes.
We are. This is going to be tight. If you watch Bass Track on Bassmaster.com, you know it's going to be very, very close. Toyota Angler of the Year, valuable points. You know, we're a little over halfway in our season now, so it's going to be interesting to see how this shakes out. And I'll get off here, Dave. I want to thank the Bass staff. Here comes the CSX train. I did that 13 years. So I recognize some of those guys, but I want to thank Bass staff for all they've done, you know, to pull this off. Eric's out here, Eric, and I've got a ramrod things. I'm on the competition side. Eric's over the whole venue, and it's been great to be under this shed. And I especially want to thank John Stewart, senior tournament manager. He did our high school stuff. He works with our Bass Nation. And he's been spelling me up here since I'm on light duty. So thank you, Dave. It's been a great week.
Thank you very much, Tripp. And without further ado, we're going to bring out our weighmaster, Mr. John Stewart. Keep that noise going. Here he is, John Stewart. John, we are just about ready to get this party started. I'll let you set up the scales here. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, you know how this is going to work. But Ray Scott challenged you yesterday, and I need you to meet that challenge. He said, do this state proud. Make lots and lots of noise as we weigh in these 12 anglers. And this is the easy day. I mean, normally you got 100 people we got to weigh in. There's only 12. So you can blow your vocal cords as we weigh in each and every one of them. And I know you can do it. Are you guys going to be able to do it? Now, as I say week after week, there's 2 ways to be on TV. You be actually really good looking, or be crazy like Mark Zona. And I'm looking in the crowd, and there is some crazy suckers in this crowd. So I need you 30 seconds. See those cameras? All the ESPN cameras are around this place. I need 30 seconds of absolute insanity. I'm not going to say a word. I need you to go nuts. 1, 2, 3. All right. That was, I mean, that was okay at the very beginning, but it kind of petered out, okay? So I am the world's most unlikely cheerleader, and here's my pom-pom. When you see this towel spin, I need you to go insane for 30 seconds. 1, 2, 3. I think that was pretty good, but we need you to keep that noise going the whole way through this weigh-in. Are you guys going to be able to do it? For you in the back, just in case you can't hear me, let me test the power of my Toyota towel. When you see this towel spin, I need you to make lots and lots of noise. John, we're just about ready to weigh some fish. Tell me about the high school experience today.
We had a great group of kids here today. I think we had about 40 kids. They took part in seminars. We had 7 elite pros that fished yesterday that didn't quite make the cut today. Jared Miller was here, even though his boat was not here. The rest of them brought their boat, but his boat was in the shop being fixed. But I want to thank them guys, especially those 7 pros, and even one Bassmaster Open pro that donated her time to come and do that. They did lunch. They did the Starbright Super Car Wash Challenge. That was a lot of fun. And right now they're doing something special. You're going to see 12 of them riding in with these pros as they come in. So we want to give them a loud cheer as well.
All right, and tell me about the high school experience. It's something, the Elite Series high school experience, that we do at stop after stop. So if we're coming to a town near you, how do schools get involved?
If you want to take part in the Bassmaster High School Elite Experience, just email me, jstewart@bassmaster.com.
Just gave out your email. Wow.
I know. Everybody has it anyway. You can get it off bassmaster.com. So just email me if you're a high school student. We're coming to La Crosse, Detroit, Waddington is our 3, and then we'll probably be at the All-Star event as well. But before we move on, I want to say a special hello. It is Mother's Day, but it is also my mom's birthday. And so she's in Kansas. She's with my sister and my brother, I believe, and my daughter, and they're all watching my brother and sister's older, wiser son up here on the stage. I'm sure they're happy that I said that right now. But I love you, Mom, and appreciate you watching. Wouldn't be here if it wasn't what you did for me all your life and all my life. And also, happy Mother's Day to my beautiful wife, who is a great mother as well.
All right, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers all around the world. And I'm going to ask you, Montgomery, Alabama, are you ready? No. I said, are you ready? Let's get ready to weigh in! Our first angler from Alabama, from Springville, Alabama, is 11-time Bassmaster Classic qualifier. Won the inaugural E50 a few years ago. Get loud from Springville, Alabama. Everybody howl for Randy Howell. Randy Howell started off the day with 44 pounds and an ounce. He rolled out in that King's Home Mercury Triton today. And came back with a sack of fish, as you can see. Randy Howell once again started with 44 pounds and an ounce. He's got 5 fish. 5 very, very lively fish. Needs 15 pounds, 4 ounces. Looking for 15 pounds, 4 ounces. Springville, Alabama's Randy Howell had 44 pounds and an ounce to start at the day. 11 pounds, 7 ounces. Not going to take the lead, but move into 3rd place, earn some valuable Angler of the Year points. He represents Alabama all year long and has done it here again this week in Montgomery, Alabama. $55 pounds, 8 ounces. You move into 3rd place, and it's never good not to take the lead, but it's kind of not so bad for you because the guy who's leading this thing has been very vocal from the start. He said you put him on the fish, basically. He was scratching his head, and you set him up. He is leading this. The other morning, I asked him, if you win this, what are you doing for Randy Howell? He said, he's going to take you on a vacation or something. So you're probably cheering for him right about now.
I think maybe like a 7-day Disney cruise, all expense paid. What do you think? That sound good? Yeah. No, I'm hoping Brent pulls it out today. I know he had a harder day because of the water changing up there, and it worked out good for him this week. And I'm sure he'll return the favor. We're good friends. That's what friends are for. And let me say right quick, Happy Mother's Day to my sweet wife Robin right down here on the front. My boys Laker and Oakley. She's the best mom and wife and everything in the world, and she's really good looking. And my mom in North Carolina is watching. Love you, Mama. Wish you could be out here watching me weigh in these little bass, but you get to see it on TV there anyway. But I've had a good time. We run that Triton Mercury. I run more gas this week out of that Mercury than I've ever had in my life trying to find big fish after that first day, and I just never got on any more big bites. And I stayed down today. I let, Edwin was in the area, was the same little small area with me. I knew I didn't have a chance to win, and so I didn't go back up there at all today. I just stayed down. I actually went largemouth fishing, like I said, and I caught that 3.5 pounder, and but that's the only good one I caught. Then I just junk fished up and down the river, caught about the same thing I caught yesterday up the river. So had a good time, and I love coming to Montgomery. Love fishing in Alabama. We're going to Logan Martin now to fish next week, the Bass Southern Open. So I'll get a break here soon.
Well, no matter what way you look at it, it's a good finish. Tell me how you caught your fish this week.
Well, the first day, the 17 pounds came up river. I caught most of them that day on a 3/4 ounce rattling football jig by Lunker Lure with a twin-tail Yamamoto trailer in 10 to 15 foot of water. I caught a few on a net bait, swim bait. I threw Livingston crankbaits and a couple other deep diving crankbaits. I caught several fish on that the first day, and then it got tougher as the week progressed, and hog collar spinnerbait, and then a little shallow crankbait today, and swam a rattleback jig in the grass today and caught a few. I've done a bunch of
basically used everything.
Yeah, I used a lot. I had so many rods on my deck a while ago, I only had about 2 foot area to stand in. My wife said, "How did you fish with that many rods today?" I said, that's why I only had 11.5 pounds. That's why.
Well, Randy Howe, congratulations. Let me hear it for him. 1 down, 11 more to go, and this next one is a very, very big stick. Let's get him rolling through here. He won the 1982 Bassmaster Classic on this very river. He is the heavyweight champion of professional bass fishing from Laurel, Mississippi. Let me hear it for Paul Elias. Paul Elias started off today with 44 pounds and 9 ounces. Digging deep in that Triton live well, and I'm going to tell you, Paul Elias has got some fish for us here today. Don't worry, I won't stop you. 44 pounds and 9 ounces to start out the day. He's got a 5 fish limit, looking for 14 pounds, 12 ounces. On the river, he won the Classic. 15 pounds and an ounce. Laurel, Mississippi pro Paul Elias takes the lead with 59 pounds, 10 ounces. The heavyweight champion of professional bass angling continues to crush him here in the 2013 Bassmaster Elite Series. This being the 5th stop. The Alabama Charge, presented by Starbright. Make some noise for Paul Elias. $59 pounds and 10 ounces, Paul. A great event. You are now in the lead, and I know your Classic win was 31 years ago, I guess. But is there anything you took from that applied to this? This river seems to change a lot. I can't believe there was anything you learned then that you used this week.
No, I really didn't. But that is a tribute to this sport. I'm standing up here about 62 years old and can compete against these younger kids. So I tell you what, the Lord's blessed me so well to be able to make a living like this. And I just got to say praise Him. And I want to thank my sponsors, Triton Boats, Seeker Rods, Honda Marine, Man's Boat Company. I've been with these companies a long time. This river is amazing, and it puts the fish out. And I tell you, I threw a man stone jig and a football jig practically the whole time. I weighed in 1 fish on a crankbait. But today, I went out. Yesterday, I had about a 5-pound spot try to get my jig when I lifted it out of a bush. So I really wasn't on any fish. I had a bad day yesterday, so I just started running those kind of bushes all day, and I just lifted in those kind of bushes all day and ended up with 15 pounds.
Worked out good. You are now leading this deal. You're not going anywhere. You know how this deal works. Have a seat in our Toyota hot seat, and we will keep our anglers rolling through. Before we bring through the next one, let's hear it for Paul Elias, your leader. Unbelievable angler, but we have a few more unbelievable anglers. This angler is an 18-time Bassmaster Classic qualifier. 6 Bassmaster wins to his credit. Last week he was part of our top 12, making back-to-back 12 cuts from Wagner, Oklahoma. Let me hear it for the Biff man, Tommy Biffle. Tommy Biffle started out today with 45 pounds and 9 ounces. And making back-to-back 12 cuts. Oh, you're not allowed to look. You want to take one of those? He says he thinks he needs 2 of them. 45 pounds and 9 ounces for Tommy Biffle. Started the day. He's got 5 fish. Paul's already getting up. He needs 14 pounds and 2 ounces. 17 pounds, 7 ounces. With that, we say goodbye to Paul Elias and hello to the Biff man, Tommy Biffle. 63 pounds even. The Biff man cometh and leading the Alabama Charge presented by Starbright. Digging deep in that Berkeley Havoc weighing bag. Make some noise for Tommy Biffle. Dude, that thing forgot to carve the turkey before he ate it. 63 pounds, even going to weigh that for Carhartt Big Bass. 4 pounds, 14 ounces. Without whatever it's got going on, it'd probably be about a 2-pounder. But, dude, that's one of the freakiest fish I've ever weighed in my life. Have you caught any freakier fish than that?
No, it kind of looked like Kenyon Hill, didn't it?
I didn't say that, but yeah, a little bit.
No, I had one probably bigger than that yesterday, and I tried to flip it in the boat. And today I got down there and grabbed that one. So, I had a good day, caught a lot of fish, had a good time. I want to thank Mercury and all of my sponsors, service crew guys. They really kept me in this tournament after the first day, so my hat's off to them.
For those of you who don't know, tell me about your first day. Where did you try to go and what happened?
Well, I tried to go up to the end of the river and couple of waterfalls, tried to get over them, and I made it over them, but the second one tore my lower unit off, so it was kind of a slow day. At noon I had one 12-incher, so I just scrambled around. Mercury brought me a lower unit up there. Luckily there's a boat ramp there, and we got it put on and saved a day and ended up making the top 12, so I can't gripe. I got to be happy.
You have had an incredible event, and it's not over yet. You are leading this deal. You have a seat in our Toyota hot seat. Tommy Biffle is leading this whole deal. Back-to-back 12 cuts, having an incredible season. Let's bring through our next pro. Already tasted victory at the Bass Pro Cup's Bassmaster Open level. Led for the first time in the Elite Series on day number 1 of this event from Phoenix, Arizona. Former Classic qualifier, Big John Murray. John Murray started off with 46 pounds, 11 ounces today. I watched him on Bassmaster.com. We reported on it on the Lawrence War Room. John Murray was catching him in a big way early. 46 pounds, 11 ounces to start at the day. He's got 5 fish, but he needs 5 good ones. Looking for 16 pounds, 6 ounces to take the lead. 18 pounds, 12 ounces. The day 1 leader once again moves to the top of the leaderboard here at the Alabama Charge presented by Starbright. With that, we say goodbye to Tommy Biffle and we say hello to John Murray, our brand new leader. $65 pounds, 7 ounces. Going to weigh one of those for Carhartt Big Bass, and it seems angler after angler, the weights keep getting bigger here. Better day today than yesterday. What did you do? Did you change something? Did the river change? Tell me about it.
Yeah, actually, where I caught him the first day, it was actually 7 foot down from there. You could crawl in there and have a campsite if you wanted. So I flipped them all the first day, and today they just backed out. The less current. I went to crankbaits and jigs, and also swim bait, and man, they were all over out there. I was so close to those fish the last 2 days, and I sort of picked up on it yesterday, but I didn't make the right adjustments. But I'm glad I finally caught them up there, man. It's so much fun to catch those giant spots, man. They're the meanest fish in the river, that's for sure.
Well, you definitely did very, very well here. And as I said earlier in the week, amazed that this was your first time to lead an Elite Series event, and you are leading here again. This guy is a West Coast legend. Give me an idea, because I hear all sorts, it's like it's an urban myth, like he won 7 million boats or something. How many boats have you won?
31.
31 boats this week. Most people would be happy to win one boat. 31 boats he has won. We're not giving away boats this week. That's the good news and the bad news. $100,000 and a guaranteed berth to the Bassmaster Classic. How does that sound?
You know, that sounds awesome, but it's been so long since I fished a top 12 day. It's so nice to go out there with only 12 boats on the river. You can fish all your spots. You can try all the spots out there, man. It's totally different environment than the last 2 days. So it's really a blessing to be out there on this final day for a lot of reasons, but today was special.
Happy Mother's Day. I'll finish the sentence. There you go. John Murray, have a seat. Boy, oh boy. From one West Coast legend to another, a former West Coast resident now makes his home in Leeds, Alabama. He is our reigning and defending Toyota Trucks All-Star Champion, a former Bassmaster Toyota Angler of the Year from Leeds, Alabama. Give me a little love for Amart Aaron Martins. Amart started off today with 47 pounds even. Welcome to the stage. These two guys have shot it out for years and years to come. Let's see how this works out here today. 47 pounds even to start out the day. Needs to have a giant day. 5 fish looking for 18 pounds, 8 ounces. 13 pounds, 12 ounces. John Murray retains the lead, and Amart moves into third place. And this tournament really set up well for you from the start. Tell me about kind of the unwinding from it, because you told me you were smoking fish from the start.
Yeah, I should have went upriver. I'm really kicking myself. That's my biggest mistake, not running up there. I'd never been up there before, and my favorite thing to do in bass fishing is to fish headwaters. So I'm upset about that. But I was the only guy that made it from like 40 miles down to the dam. That I was a loner today. I mean, I was the only one that made the top 12 fishing that section. But people asking, why didn't you go up there? And I was catching like 22 to 25 pounds in the lake. And I mean, a lot of 4s and 5s, lots of them. So it was hard for me to go check it out when I kept catching big ones down there. But yesterday I had over 20 with a little bit of something happen. And today I caught like 10 fish between 2 1/4 and 2 pounds, 10 ounces. It was the weirdest thing. That's a size fish I don't see a lot here. Usually they're small or they're real big. Yesterday I had 10 over 3.5 pounds. So today was the opposite. Like they're about pound and a half smaller today. Same spots, some different spots. Caught them from 8 feet down to 20 feet today on a 1 1/4 spinnerbait, single spin blade on it. And a shaky fish and a shaky head. I did it all day, and I caught fish all day everywhere I went, but they're the same size. Every time I stuck one, that's why we looked in the bag, and there was nothing over 2 pounds, 10 ounces. They're all the same. Really strange, but I had a good tournament, and I'm really happy with that. And I started off the year in 85th place, so this puts me in the top 10 for Angler of the Year. It gives me a chance for Angler of the Year, which is really cool. And I can't complain about this finish at all. And I want to thank B.A.S.S for putting on a awesome event, and good luck to John Murray here. There's some guys coming with scary bags, but we'll see what happens. Mom and Dad, happy Mother's Day, Mom. I love you. My family came up yesterday and watched us weigh in, and I don't know. I love Alabama, and the fishing is incredible. Even though we had high pressure today and the conditions were horrible, the water backed up and the current slowed down about 50%. The fish, I think everybody still caught them pretty good. It was still phenomenal. But this place is a sleeper. It really is. I mean, it's an incredible fish. I never knew it was this good. I've been here a dozen times just for fun fishing, and
I never experienced fishing. I never knew it had this kind of fish in it. It's incredible.
Well, it definitely has those kind of fish, and we will be back here. I want to congratulate you, Travis, your high school elite experience angler. I want to thank you for coming on up here, and let's hear it for Aaron Martins. With that, John Murray remains in the lead here. You dodged one West Coast Elite Series assassin, but you have another big one coming here, and you know him very, very well, don't you?
Yeah, after 20 years of rooming with this guy's really scary anywhere he goes.
Are you worried?
I'm happy. So no, I'm not worried at all.
Well, just stay happy. You'll be very happy if you can stay there for a little while longer. Let's bring through our next angler. Last week, started in 7th place, made a giant rally, and won his 7th Elite Series event last week. He is in 2nd place in our Toyota Tundra Bassmaster Angler of the Year points race. He's won it before, and he's also won the Classic. From Auburn, California, get on your feet for Skeet Reese. Skeet Reese. Skeet Reese went out there today. You're not going to pull that on me. Dude, that doesn't work anymore. We know you have fish. Oh. He may have given you a really good gift here today as a roommate. Skeet Reese had a giant day yesterday, almost 20 pounds to rally back into things. 47 pounds even to start at the day. Needs to have a giant day here today. Looking for 18 pounds, 8 ounces. 3 fish for 5 pounds even. Not going to take the lead, but the good news is you got to travel back to California and you only have to bring 1 trophy, so you don't have to pay that extra shipping cost.
I'll gladly pay shipping costs, but that's not going to happen. You know, as those days yesterday, just everything clicked, everything I did. I was able to make adjustments and catch good fish. I found a couple schools of fish that I crushed them. I really thought I was going to be able to go out this morning and catch another solid bag of fish. I know the river dropped, but it's still strong current. I'm like, I'm going to wreck them. I got to thank Odd Defoe. He's the one who kind of put me on a little bit of bite yesterday, throwing a hollow belly. And slow rolling a swim bait out there. Man, them spots were choking it yesterday. But I also got one on a buzz bait, and I caught, some of the big ones on a football jig with a 3-inch Berkey chicker craw on it. But today, I pretty much just sucked. And I knew, I was like, do I run down river? Do I go up river? What do I do? I was non-committal today. But the good thing is, I figured today, if there's one day to not catch them, today was the day. So I'm thankful I got into today, the top 12 here, and I can't fall any worse than 12th, so I get some points out of it. I'm hoping Edwin doesn't finish too high, so I gain a couple points on him. Might lose a couple points, but we still got 3 tournaments left to get through the season, and hopefully I can fish well. But now this right here, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of my best friends in life right here. So to see him sitting in that seat right now, that is cool to me right there. So I want to say happy Mother's Day, my mom, my mother-in-law, Kim. Love you, ladies. I'm out of here. I'm getting on a plane. I'm going home.
All right. Go home. Enjoy your family. We look forward to seeing you as this season winds down. Skeet Reese currently sitting in 2nd place in our Angler of the Year race. And that right there is what makes our sport so special. Let's bring through our next angler. He is an 8-time Bassmaster Classic qualifier. Tasted victory in the Bassmaster Elite Series just a couple of years ago on Wheeler Lake. From Sevierville, Tennessee, let me hear it for David Walker. David Walker started out today with 50 pounds, 13 ounces. And he has got a bag of fish. 50 pounds of 13 ounces. Got a limit. Looking for 14 pounds, 11 ounces. 5 fish, all alive for David Walker. 50 pounds, 13 ounces to start of the day. 9 pounds of 5 ounces. Going to drop to 4th place. But hold up one of those fish for you guys to see here. Montgomery, Alabama, the home of the Bass Angler Sportsman Society. And once again, on Championship Sunday, David Walker crosses the stage. whenever you are here on Championship Sunday, it is always a good thing. But we saw some footage of you today. You need to make some money here, don't you? Because boats are supposed to be above the water, not on the bottom. And yours was on the bottom for a little while.
Yeah. You heard about that, right? Okay. Yeah, it was quite a sporty day out there. I'm telling you what, when people in kayaks are cheering you on, you know you're probably in a place that you shouldn't be. But that's why I wanted to show you that fish, because that fish right there, I went through all that to get to that one right there. But I caught him at the base of that lay dam, I believe is what it's called. I've never been on this river before. And people see me running up through there the last few days, and they thought I was crazy. And then now the water's dropped about 7 feet, I know what they's talking about, because it has gotten crazy out there. But I mean, it was scary and fun and exciting. But I mean, I really laid it out there today. I was going back there. I didn't care what happened, come heck or low water, and so I went back and did it. And I knew I didn't want to drive home from the event today thinking, oh, you should have done this or you should have done that. And so, I mean,
here we go. Look. Say hello to the nice thing is you're going to have this memory forever because it was caught on camera.
Oh,
tell me what you're doing here.
Isn't it all? I am using my Evinrude as a steel chainsaw at this point right there. And I'm hung on this. I'm high centered. Now, all you guys out there with them jacked up 4-wheel drives, you know what I'm talking about when you get high centered. Your front wheels won't catch your back wheels, and that's the way it was. My trolling motor wouldn't even touch. And the big motor was hung on the tree. I got a rake or two out there that every ear on it is bent completely backwards. But got out on the bank, put another prop on it, and went all the way, the rest of the way on up through the shoals.
And Steve Kennedy was able to watch it the whole time. And not once did he mention coming and towing you out of it. I think if you listen to the footage, he seemed to enjoy it.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah, he seemed to, have a good time with that. There was no dialing 911, was there? No, it was, no. So, yeah, well, payback's coming.
Well, you made a giant rally to get into this final 12 here. Tell me how you caught your fish this week. What baits were you using? What happened?
Basically this week, like I said, I'd never been here before. So what really helped me was that crazy high water, because it erased what the locals normally fish. And I just ran all the way as far as I could and stopped and started fishing. I mean, it was that basic. The first couple of days I was using a 1.5 live target crawfish crank, using that for as a search lure. I also used a half-ounce spinnerbait. But the main bait that I used this week was given to me by a buddy of mine who fishes on the Elites, Derek Rimitz. He had this little black and blue. It's a round head jig. It's got a light wire, but it's strong enough to use for flipping. And he caught some good fish on it, and he gave me a handful of those, and that carried me through the week, really. Today, I really couldn't get the fish fired up on what they had been biting. So that was really why I struggled. I know I got to the fish. I just didn't figure out how to catch them. So, but that's how it went for me this week, and I'm glad to be here, and thank everybody from Montgomery coming out and the great hospitality. I hope to come back here and catch some more of these giant spots, because I caught the 3 biggest spotted bass I've ever caught in my life in the last 3 days.
Well, congratulations on a great finish, and we'll see you down the road. Our leader remains John Murray. 5 more anglers to roll through here. This next angler has already tasted victory on the Bassmaster Elite Series. He is a former Bassmaster Elite Series Rookie of the Year from Lakeland, Florida. Big Fish, Bobby Lane. Bobby started out today with 51 pounds even. Needs to have a good day to take that Toyota hot seat. Had an incredible event all weekend along.
I'll make sure I say thanks. My mother drove up from Florida today, and what a pleasure it is to have her in my boat.
Thank you, Mom.
Happy Mother's Day, Mother.
How cool is that? 51 pounds even. He's got 5 fish here today. He's looking for 14 pounds, 8 ounces. 14 pounds, 8 ounces, a magic number. 10 pounds, 8 ounces. Going to fall 4 pounds short of the lead, but with 61 pounds, 8 ounces, you cannot be sad about the way this event worked out for you. On day one, you said, you never really had that big fish spot, and you have, rallied your way through this and finished with a great finish.
It was a grind this week, but you know, the water dropping up there definitely affected the fishing. I wasn't all the way up at the tail race. I was just down from it, but today was bad. I was fishing one boat ramp up there. I caught 3 4-pounders off that boat ramp every single day, and today I got there and was expecting to catch them, but the boat ramp ran out of water. Everything I was fishing was completely gone. So, you know, I had to make some decisions. I went largemouth fishing, and then right at the end I caught a couple nice spots. But one of the keys to my success this week was I'm throwing a Rebo STX 8-to-1 reel. Now, that is a fast reel, and the reason I was throwing it on a crankbait, I'm throwing a new Sebile prototype crankbait, but the 8-to-1 would let the bait, I'm throwing it up current and bringing it down. I mean, that current's ripping, but you had to have a fast reel. And I never lost a fish, and I could get to the bottom that much quicker. And I think that was one of the major keys to my success this week. And, you know, the other one is having good equipment. Your trolling motor has to be good. I've got a 1014 Trex, staying in that current on 100 all day and not even moving. And for the batteries, you know, I'm running a brand new 920 Phoenix. Anybody that's in the market for a boat, I'm telling you, that's the boat to buy. And I got a Yamaha Show 250 on it, and me and Aaron would pass everybody up and pass everybody coming back. It's the fastest boat on the market, but it's one of the best fishing boats I've been in. Definitely want to say hi to my children at home and my beautiful wife. And my grandmother turned 80 last week, so happy Mother's Day to her also. And you guys have a wonderful fishery here. I caught my biggest spotted bass of the week, and I had a great time.
You got 61 pounds, 8 ounces, sitting in third place, and any bass angler in the world would be proud as a peacock with that. Let's hear it for Big Fish, Bobby Lane. Who do we have next? Oh, we got a big stick rolling through here. He's a former Bassmaster Classic champion. Let's roll him through. He's already tasted victory in the Bassmaster Elite Series at our first event of the year last year. A former Classic champion from Waco, Texas, Alton Jones. Alton Jones started out the day with 53 pounds, 14 ounces. Digging deep in that Skeeter Yamaha live well. Oh boy, Alton Jones looks to have gone to work here today on Championship Sunday. He is a regular on Championship Sunday in the Bassmaster Elite Series. Started out with 53 pounds, 14 ounces. He's got 5 fish. Looking for 11 pounds, 10 ounces. 17 pounds, 10 ounces. Alton Jones rockets into the lead with 71 pounds, 8 ounces. Let's hear it for former Bassmaster Classic champion, Alton Jones. With that, we say goodbye to John Murray and hello to Alton Jones, our brand new leader with 71 pounds, 8 ounces. John Murray, a great tournament. Alton, you are leading this deal with 3 anglers left to go. A giant day today. You really put it together on the clutch day.
Well, I did. You know, I was kind of worried about midday, though. My day didn't really come together till about noon, or really till about 1 o'clock. And I only had 2 o'clock till 2 o'clock to fish. I had to lock back through. I was running all the way down to the south end, going through the Jones Bluff lock, and fishing down there, and fishing really the tail race. Same thing a lot of the guys are doing here, but at the other end of the lake. Most of my fish this week came on this bait right here. It's a 3/4 ounce booyah jig with a yum chunk on it, and I was using 50-pound braid because the first 2 days the fish were literally up in the bushes. It was just like fishing for largemouth. You're flipping around the trees and into the little willow bushes, and those spots when they would grab it, there's no doubt. You know, sometimes you hook a vine and you wonder, is that a bite? But when it was actually a bite, it was a bite.
We heard day after day with anglers crossing the stage just how strong those spots are. Tell me about it.
Yeah, they really are strong. I mean, you know, I think living in the river system, first of all, you know, they have to exercise their muscles frequently just to fight the current all the time. And plus, the Coosa River breed of spot, pound for pound, is one of the meanest fish that God put on this planet.
Well, you are leading this deal with 71 pounds, 8 ounces. I'm going to send you over to our Toyota hot seat. But before I send you there, I know there's something that you do every single event. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I put a different Bible verse on the side of my boat every time and memorize it. My verse for this week was Colossians 3:17, and it says this. It says, whatever you do, in word or deed, do all in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks through Him to God the Father. God bless you guys.
Alton Jones is now leading this event with just 3 anglers left to go, but these are 3 very, very big sticks. This next angler, he fishes here for fun. Of all the field, he probably fishes this river more than anybody. He loves to drift fish. Let's bring him through. A 2-time Bassmaster Elite Series champion from Auburn, Alabama, Steve Kennedy. Started out today with 55 pounds even, had a giant day yesterday to put himself in our 12 cut. And I talked to him dockside this morning, and he was absolutely giddy, hands shaking the whole time I interviewed him. And that was because he knew what laid in this river, and he knew he was going to have an opportunity to go out and get them. So good bag of fish. He's got 55 pounds even. Alton Jones has made this a tough job for you. You need 16 pounds and 9 ounces. It is going to be close. 5 fish, all alive, 55 pounds even to start out the day. Auburn, Alabama pro Steve Kennedy comes in on Championship Sunday looking for 16.9, 17 pounds, 5 ounces. 2-time Bassmaster Elite Series champion Steve Kennedy now moves into the lead at the Alabama Charge. Alabama, let me hear it for your very own Steve Kennedy. With that, we say goodbye to Alton Jones and we say hello to Steve Kennedy, our brand new leader with just 2 anglers left to go. Boy, oh boy, it seems like yesterday you turned it on and you have not looked back. Tell me about your day.
I caught all those fish in the first hour this morning. It's a spot that Ott Defoe told me about. I saw him come down the river day 2, and I stopped in there yesterday and I only weighed 1 fish off of it, but it was like a 414. But I got a bunch of bites on a swim bait with a jig head with a swim bait on it. And he told me to throw a 3/4 ounce on 20-pound test line and they'd just choke it. Well, all they did was thump it for me. The one big one I caught. So today when I went in there, I was throwing a 1/2 ounce head, 15-pound line, and able to fish it a little bit slower, and actually knew a little bit.
There you are up there. You put on an absolute clinic this morning. Watching that footage in the Lawrence War Room, we were just freaking out because you were literally catching them almost every cast.
Yeah, I was getting bit every cast just about. But yesterday I threw across the whole deal and got all these bites, and then I kind of messed them up. This time I kind of picked them off one at a time. I'd throw another 5 foot up there, another 10 foot up there, and get another one. So yes, I had a blast for an hour this morning. But then all my weight yesterday, I caught them up in the river in these little eddies behind the rocks, mainly along the bank. There's been so much current coming through there. There's no fish in the middle of the river. They're all tight against the bank. And when that water fell out, they were all over there sitting in 2 foot of water, and they would absolutely smoke a spinnerbait coming through there yesterday. Today I caught 2 or 3 doing it. I mean, I haven't upgraded since 8 o'clock this morning. And I have no idea how to catch one up there. We have had a blast this week, but it's pretty much over the way I see it.
Well, you caught them in a big way, 72 pounds, 5 ounces. You are leading this deal. But I got to ask you, I heard you earlier on the phone with Mark, so you can tell him what kind of swim bait. Will you tell just me and my friends?
I'll pass.
What?
I got to make it pay. If I win, somebody will get it out of me. Someone will put it up on the TV. Y'all just watch the show.
Let's hear it for your leader, Steve Kennedy. Two anglers left to go. Our next angler, 7 times he's tasted victory in the Bassmaster Elite Series. He is currently leading a Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year race from Talala, Oklahoma. E-squared, Edwin Evers. Edwin Evers started out the day with 58 pounds and an ounce. E-squared making it rain. All right, Edwin, dig deep in that nitro live well and show me what you got. Edwin has a rich history on this river. And he has got a limit of fish, a good limit of fish. Currently leading our angler of the race. Started off today with 58 pounds and an ounce. He's got 5 fish. Looking for 14 pounds, 5 ounces to take the lead. Does he have 14 pounds, 5 ounces is the magic number for E squared. 17 pounds, 12 ounces. Edwin Evers takes the lead with just one angler left to go. In search of his 8th Bassmaster win on his drive to his first Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year title. Make some noise for Edwin Evers. With that, we say goodbye to Steve Kennedy and hello to Edwin Evers, our brand new leader. An excellent finish for Steve Kennedy. But Edwin, 75 pounds, 13 ounces. And dude, you have been in this position on this river before. How much would this victory mean to you?
It would mean everything, man. I didn't think I had that much. I caught them first two, them 2 biggest ones early this morning. I hadn't looked at them since, you know. And man, I'd love to win this tournament. You know, it's Mother's Day. I just want to thank my wife for being such an awesome mom for our kids, and I'd love to win. I ain't gonna lie to you. I really would. It's been a great week. I've been running that nitro over 120 miles every day in a bunch of different rivers and directions, and you know, standing, you know, fishing in that really strong current. My optimal batteries is a big time part of my plan this week.
Well, we're going to bring through our next angler here in a minute, but I know you got to have knots in your stomach because that day 1 fish care penalty. It's I hate to bring it up, but that you don't want that to cost you here. And to reiterate, what was the penalty? How many ounces did you get docked?
What makes me sick about it more than anything, I hate to kill fish. I mean, we have the best live wells in a nitro boat that you could possibly have. They're completely separate. They've got baffles to keep the water from sloshing. They've got, you know, extra pumps. Well, I was busy culling, you know, and I ended up pumping them out, and I turned it off to pump them out to make sure I had, you know, was getting the smallest fish out. And, man, I didn't turn them back on. And it's aggravating to me to kill fish, first of all, but it ended up being a pound penalty, and I hope to God it don't cost me.
Well, we sure hope it does not cost you, but no matter what way this works out for you, I know you want this victory, but you are going to roll out of here with your hands on that lead, the Angler of the Year race, which 3 events left to go. I got to ask you, I know you hate talking about it. All you guys hate talking about it until the end of the year, but is this your year?
It's going good so far. It's going really good. We still got a lot of fishing left. You know, there's three more events, and you know, I like it so far. It's going really good.
All right, I'm going to ask you to step over here, have a seat for just a minute. We have 1 angler left to go. We talked about Angler of the Year. He has already tasted victory there. He is a 4-time Bassmaster winner. He is our reigning and defending Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year from Lake Quivira, Kansas. The Chap Attack, Brent Chapman! Started out the day with 59 pounds, 4 ounces. Has absolutely been decimating these fish all week long. He's the reigning and defending Angler of the Year. And with that, we will bring him up. Edwin, I'll ask you to join him. One of these anglers is going to win this title. Get side by side. 59 pounds, 4 ounces. Come on up here to the scale, guys. You need 1610. Who is going to win it? Is it Edwin or Brent Chapman? 1610 is what he needs. 5 fish. 14 pounds, 13 ounces. Edwin Evers tastes redemption on the Alabama River. Edwin Evers is your Alabama River champion. Edwin has done it. Brent, you had an incredible tournament. Just fell a little short here on the final day.
Yeah, you know, it's really disappointing. My hat's off to Edwin.
I played it a little too conservative today, and it's going to come back to haunt me. Lost a few fish throughout the week that definitely have haunted me now, but the decision, when you're running a fiberglass Triton and Mercury, big boat, fiberglass boat, they're not really made to go where I was going, especially at the water levels they were. Steve and David went ahead and ran up there, and now I wish I would have, because I had one little spot up there that I feel like I probably could have won this thing now. But I had to stick with the decisions I had, and Edwin earned it. He caught the big bags and caught what he needed today. So my hat's off to him. The good thing is I got great points for the Classic. I'll have to work a little bit harder now, but that's all right.
Well, we want to congratulate you on a great finish, and with that, let's bring out our champion and finally redemption on the Alabama River. So close, so many times here. Toyota Trucks All-Star Week a few years ago. You took that walk of shame off in second place. This time, you are the last man standing. E Squared is your champion. Let's hear it for him. What is going through your mind right now?
Oh, pinch me, man. I just can't believe it. I'm amazed. It's just such a blessing. I'm very thankful that you just don't ever take any of these for granted. They're so hard to come by, and it's just a huge blessing that it happened today.
Well, you are still leading our Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year race. You are going to the Bassmaster Classic via a guaranteed berth via your win, and you are $100,000 richer. Tell me how you caught them.
Man, I caught him up, and I was fishing basically that canal area and then the Tallapoosa, and then I had a couple places there in Cooter's Pond that really saved, especially today. I'd been saving them all week, and I pulled up there and I caught like 4, and 3 of them helped me in 4 casts. It was on. And yesterday I pulled up there, I just wanted to see if they're still there, and man, I caught one that was over 4, and it didn't help me, and I'm wishing I hadn't caught it, all day long. I was kind of upset at myself, but I was basically flipping a Zoom Z-Hog Junior. I think that was a big key for me this week. It's a lot smaller bait, and those fish are really eating it. I was flipping California 420, and I caught some fish cranking, a couple different crankbaits, and just in the shad pattern, medium diving crankbaits, and I can't believe I won, man. I'm so excited. It's a great day.
It has been a great day, an incredible season. Let's make it official. We'll bring John Stewart out with the trophy and do the handoff. Get loud, Alabama. 8-time Bassmaster champion, E Squared. Edwin Evers wins the Alabama Charge, presented by Starbright. The Alabama Charge belongs to Edwin Evers. Edwin, you got another Elite Series trophy, and I know Mother's Day today. Your family's watching online. What kind of gift are you bringing home with a $100,000 payday?
My wife knows I'm really hard to live with when I don't do well, and if I hadn't have won today, I'd have been pretty upset. Especially with the problem that happened the first day. But I'm excited. I know she's going to be really, really happy, and I hope it's a great Mother's Day gift for her. I hope she really, really likes it. But I got the best wife in the world. There's no doubt.
Well, you are officially the best bass angler in the world year to date right now. Keep that ball rolling. One more time. Hoist that trophy over your head. Edwin Evers claims his 8th Bassmaster win at the Alabama Charge. The Alabama Charge belongs to E Squared. Who wants to party with E Squared? Who wants to go to his after party? We're going to send Edwin Evers over to Tommy Sanders and Mark Zona. Go on over there, break down the action one more time. Congratulations, Edwin Evers, your champion, dominates the Alabama River as redemption here in 2013. Ladies and gentlemen, come on over to the stage. Crowd around the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, crowd around the stage. We're going to shoot a segment for ESPN2. Edwin Evers, our champion, going to be joining Tommy Sanders and Mark Zona. Edwin Evers, your champion, with 75 pounds, 13 ounces. So many times close here on the Alabama River. And taste redemption here in 2013. Once again, get on over there. Get around the Toyota hooked up stage. Tommy Sanders and Mark Zona waiting to kick it off with your champion. Going to break down all the action. We need a big crowd all around that stage. We're shooting this segment for ESPN2, so if you want to be on TV, this is your opportunity.
All right. Hey, thank y'all for sticking around. What we're about to do is the last segment of the show, the document of this tournament that's going to be on ESPN2. So this will be the last segment, segment number 6. So get on in here. We want you all to be part of this show, be part of this ESPN2 show. So get in as close as you want to get, and you can fill in back in here. We need you to all come on in. There you go. Now we got it. We're going to make it look good for our champ here, and what a fantastic tournament. This is going to be one of the all-time favorite shows because we have so much good footage. This is just a wealth of footage we have from here. It's going to be a great one. So we'll talk to Edwin, congratulate him on victory, and we'll start it out with everybody raising the roof, and we'll give a signal when they are ready to do that. When they blow the whistle in my ear, we'll do just that. Okay.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
I caught most of the weight on those deep today.
Okay, just about ready. So I'll count to 3, and everybody raise the roof for our champ here when they give me the signal. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, give it up. Our champion of the Alabama River Charge is Edwin Evers. Edwin, congratulations. Was this one a little bit of a surprise to you?
Oh, my goodness. You have no idea. I was back there frustrated. I was wiping my boat down because I was just aggravated at myself. I let another one slip through my fingers. And, I caught those 2 big ones early, and I never looked at them again. I put them over on their side of the live well. And yesterday after catching all 4 big 4s,
sure.
When I put them in the bag just a minute ago, I was like, that fish is a 4-pounder. I thought, I got a little bit more than I think I had. And, unfortunately, the bass track guy was not with us all day. He left and had to go back to deliver tape, and he never found me again. So, my bass track stayed stuck on 10 pounds all day. And then I got in a flurry there at the end of the day that, really helped a bunch too. So it's just, I wanted to win this so bad. You don't understand.
Well, if you'd finish second again, that would be 4 seconds on the Alabama River, right here on the Alabama River. So that's a nice one to break up right there.
Yeah, I'm excited. You have no idea. They're so hard to win.
I really don't know that I've ever seen an angler as surprised as you were about 5 minutes ago. If you can, this was a week of change. Every day you had to change on this body of water, yet you still went at them with really a primary 1-2 punch.
I did. I caught them flipping and cranking. It evolved more into a cranking tournament. I started out flipping. I caught a few on a War Eagle spinnerbait throughout the week, but the majority of everything either came flipping, cranking, or a spinnerbait.
A lot of the anglers were very susceptible to when that water dropped in a big way. They were in some serious trouble below the Jordan Dam. That was not the case for you.
I went up there the first day of the practice, and by the way, that was the wildest ride I've ever had that nitro in. It was amazing going up there, and I can't imagine what it's like now with the water low.
You didn't go back?
No.
Yeah.
I just, I felt like, the water could hurt me up there. And that's why I focused with Bolden. You can get up there 365 days a year. And, something about those fish, it happened in there early. That was a big key for the whole tournament. You could not get a bite from a decent bass after an hour. It was done. And I'd spend till noon, 1 o'clock every day trying to get a good one in there. I feel like I'm a pretty good angler. I can figure out how to make them bite.
they quit. You know, it was a frustrating deal. And, you know, if I could ever get myself out of there a little sooner, I could have made more weight a couple more days.
It's fair to say, Tommy Sanders has said this, and I have. I picked on you a little bit, but we've called you the best angler right now in the field to not win an Angler of the Year title. And we could tell yesterday when we brought it up to you, no matter what, it is in the front of your mind.
Oh, yeah, I think about it, you know, but like I said, there's a lot of fishing left. You know, we're going to 3 northern events, smallmouth, you know, and then the Great Mississippi River. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be exciting. You know, there's going to be a horse race. You couldn't ask for 2 better guys, you know, to be, you know, sitting there fighting it with, you know, with Kevin and Skeet. So I'm looking forward to the battle.
You're still shell-shocked from what just happened.
Edwin Evers, your victories total is getting on up there. You're into some rarefied territory right now. Your career is just about to fill out about the way you'd envisioned it, isn't it?
You know, I just want to win Angler of the Year, and then we'll go from there.
All right. Well, you got 3 more tournaments to get it done. He's on top of that leaderboard right now. Let's give it up one more time for the champion of the Alabama Guard, Edwin Evers.
Thanks, guys.